Let's start with some college football notes. Georgia's Todd Monken, one of the elite play callers in the country. He is headed to the National Football League. A lot of people would have loved to have had him. Todd Monken is going to be the offensive coordinator with the Baltimore Ravens.
I think it's a great hire for the Ravens. I think it's going to bring them kind of a new look at things. And, he's, 90% going to be the offensive coordinator for Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's a free agent, and, they'll probably have to franchise tag him. But I don't see many scenarios in which, outside of him just getting really mad at them, that he goes anywhere. And the Ravens usually take care of things like that. But, yeah, I think it's a great deal for them. And, bringing back Mike Bobo, who was there and set some records while he was the offensive coordinator. And, he was the quarterback there, right? Mike Bobo, way back in the day at Georgia. I think that's a nice move for them. A lateral move at Georgia is just fine. You're the national champion. So they don't really have to improve on much. I think Mike Bobo can do a great job there. I think Todd Monken's going to do a great job for the Ravens and bringing some new perspective and some excitement there.
Yeah, good for him. Rewards for having the type of season that Georgia had, or the type of run that Georgia's had, and the type of job that he's done. He's been in the game for a really long time now, but still long way to go in his career. So go up and be an OC with a tremendously well-respected organization, successful organization like the Baltimore Ravens, I think is a good jump for him. Obviously no stranger to the NFL, so and not a shock like the big he's jumping from college. He's got tons of pro background, so this was probably expected in some regards. But yeah, very interesting hire for Baltimore. I think from our perspective, it's far more interesting. How does that affect Georgia moving forward? And you look at just how good their team's been the last couple years, and now they are going to be, replacing some guys again. They've recruited really well, but you start replacing coaches, and that's just part of the deal. So, Kirby Smart's had to do some of that already. I'm sure he'll be fine, and, pushing, parts to where they need to go and finding the right parts for the slots that they don't have fits for just yet. But, this is a part of the deal when you have success. Folks, branch off, and Todd Monken obviously had, as I mentioned, a thorough history before Georgia. So good for him, and good for the Ravens, and we'll see what he does. But thought he did a tremendous job with the Bulldogs.
Played at Georgia, as you mentioned, in the early to late 90s, 93 to 97. He's a young guy, 8 years old. I guess that's not young, but he played at Georgia. He's been at Georgia.
Todd Monken?
No, Mike Bobo. He's been at Georgia as a quarterbacks coach for 6 years. He was then the offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach from 07 to 14 with the Colorado State, South Carolina, Auburn quarterback offensive coordinator, and then also at Georgia offensive analyst last year, kind of in a bounce-back year, and now he's the offensive coordinator at Georgia. So Monken goes to the NFL to Baltimore. They need a little kick in the pants. And then also Bobo, an opportunity, as you mentioned. It's a lateral move based on – no, it's not. He got promoted. He's the offensive coordinator instead of the offensive analyst, who probably had a pretty big fingerprint too.
I'm not saying that and I'm not trying to let Greg Roman off the hook because, the Ravens offense wasn't good when they were all healthy. Outside of Lamar Jackson, they probably needed some new ideas. But the Ravens' real key for Todd Monken is that he needs healthy players. Lamar Jackson was out for half the year. 3 of their 5 wide receivers were out for half the year. Every running back that they've had for the last 3 years seems to have torn their ACL at some time. And they've had to, a couple years ago, they had to absolutely scrape the bottom of the, retread running back barrel and get guys in there. So if they can get one, the Ravens are always going to get good talent because they're just an organization built on that. And 2, if they can keep said talent healthy, then that'll be great. And I also expect them to maybe make a trade for a DeAndre Hopkins.
They need to make Lamar Jackson happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want him to be sulking around. He's going to get a contract. They got to make the decision on that. It seems like that decision would be easy. Again, a huge commitment with Lamar Jackson coming up around the corner.
If you're Mark Andrews, I'm sure you're excited. As far as the tight end position goes, if you're a Baltimore tight end, then you got to be happy about what you can probably expect. But I've seen a lot of Ravens fans that are just kind of mixed feelings. Not everybody who follows football loves college and the NFL the same. Some NFL fans don't care about college football at all unless it's draft time, and vice versa. You don't care as a college football fan until you see some of the guys you rooted for go pro. But, yeah, I've seen a lot of, not sure what to expect here. And everybody's got their different flavors as far as they want. But, yeah, the tight end position will be great. They need to make Lamar happy, and they do need to probably grab, some weapons to surround him with. It's not as though Monken was perfect at Georgia. There were some flaws. There were some things that people thought could have been better. But he's got a great resume, and obviously is coming off a very successful run with the top premier program in the entire country. So be interesting to see how he transitions this time around.
A Big 12 note, because